Colleen here. Welcome to Roots in Recipes. We all have our favorite recipes and memories associated with them. I've recorded my recipes and my stories in my personal cookbook to preserve for my kids. Their dad, who was born in Norway, has a very different history and favorite recipes. He was recently looking through old pictures and thinking about his early years in Norway. It made him hungry for a childhood favorite called Fårikål, a lamb and cabbage stew. In fact, it's the Norwegian national dish. I'm going to show you how to make this very simple and delicious favorite dish of his. So this is how it's written in Norwegian: Fårikål, lamb and cabbage, Fårikål. So we're going to start out with a big Dutch oven. Need a nice big pot. We're going to use lamb, and I have either lamb, this is lamb, leg of lamb, one piece, and I also have pieces cut up. It's approximately 3 pounds of lamb here. You can use anywhere from 8 ounces to 3 pounds to a whole head of cabbage. So we have lamb, we have cabbage cut up in wedges, we have water, we have coarse salt, we have peppercorns, and a little flour. Very simple. First thing we're going to do is sprinkle a little flour in the bottom of the pot. A few peppercorns. Some of the lamb. A layer of lamb in the bottom. I could either use this whole piece or I could cut it up into smaller pieces. I kind of like it cut up because then it spreads out and it's easier to serve. So this is a stew. I'm going to put a layer of this in the bottom. And then we're going to put a whole layer of cabbage wedges. Common ingredients in Norway: lamb, cabbage, does well in a cold climate. Nice layer of cabbage, a little bit of coarse salt. Another layer, no tissue. And I'm going to cut this last piece up because I like them cut up into smaller pieces. This is leg, but you can use shoulder as well. A few more pieces. Oops. And some more cabbage. Nice wedges, not too thin because you don't want them to break down and become mushy. You want them just to steam in here. Press all that down. Some more salt. More peppercorns, a little bit of flour again. Flour will thicken up the gravy as it cooks down. And our last layer of meat. And I'll just rinse my hands so I can cut the cabbage. And again, we're just cutting wedges of cabbage. Layer that on top. Top layer, cabbage. A few more peppercorns. A little bit more salt. Tiny bit of flour, and about 2 cups of water. So we're going to put 2 cups of water in here. I'm going to put this on the stove. I'm going to bring it to a boil. It's our nice big pot. We're going to bring it to a boil, and when that starts boiling, the water in the bottom, we are going to put a lid on it. And we'll be back to see you in 2 hours to 3 hours when everything is all cooked. So assuming that's all boiling, I'm gonna put the lid on it. Catch you later. Okay, I'm gonna check our Fårikål. It's been 2.5 hours and it looks like it is perfectly done, and the meat is falling off the bone, and that's what we want. So we had this on the stove for about 2.5 hours and on low heat once we got the water boiling. So we are ready to serve it up. So here we have our Fårikål, lamb and cabbage stew, always served with boiled potatoes with parsley and butter. Ready to serve. Food plus family equals love.
So we went out to the island, and we started at one end of the island, and we were getting all the lamb in one little peninsula, and then everybody took what belonged to them. Okay?
Okay.
After that, we were eating lamb for a long time. And chili cut is really the part of the lamb that you can sell. And what they did with that, they salted it and they dried it, and it was a Christmas delicacy.